we continue to talk about Hanukkah. Next piece is when they're lit. The Hanukkah lights should be lit when the stars appear. So it's a very famous question, when the stars appear. If one did not light them, then he may still light through the remainder of the night, right? Provided there are members of the household who are still awake. So meaning, as we said, to publicize the miracle, right? So meaning, again, from the time that stars appear, which one? I think we can go by the most lenient opinion, even small stars or medium stars. We have to check, right? But for sure, nobody waits for big stars, like conclusion of Shabbos. So we try to do the mitzvah with the first opportunity. Okay. So I think it's small stars, but we have to check. Okay, provided members. So, but again, we need to, publicize, we need the members who are awake. If one was inadvertently unable to light the Hanukkah lights until the very late, like I said about my poor neighbor, I mean, he's a very nice guy, right? Very late, even when everyone is already asleep, and it's not possible to awaken 2 or 3 of them, and thus one cannot achieve the publicizing the miracle, he should light without making blessing. So, and when I said first to the one person, he was very upset. How come? Like I'm publicizing the miracle for myself. I say, yeah, you're a very nice person, but that's not how halachos go. Halacha goes very, very simple. If person lives alone, that's a different story. So he can stay the blessing. But if you have a family and you work very late and you came home when kids are sleeping, wife is sleeping, yeah, it's like you light the candles and right, and without the blessing. So people get upset, like I don't know, without the blessing. Once the night has passed, the lights cannot be lit, and one cannot make up for having failed to perform the miracle, right? It's very interesting when we learn about Sfiras HaOmer, we're counting of Omer. We said that if a person missed one night, so you can count during the day without the blessing, but he did not lose the miracle, mitzvah. So meaning, right? So you can continue counting, still counting. But here, I mean, if he did not light, so light meaning what? Even for 1 minute. So just so we know, it's not like half an hour. Half an hour, it's preferable that they should be lit into the night. But even for 1 minute, it's considered to be a mitzvah. Okay. So meaning, if somebody lit the candles and then blown off, still the mitzvah is counted. Okay, very important to know. Continue. For half an hour preceding the time when the lights are to be lit, one is forbidden to eat a fixed double quote meal or partake anything intoxicated. So meaning our sages were concerned so much. It does not say about Shabbos that you're not allowed to do that. I mean, yes, no, it does. You cannot eat meat. Meal, but right, but just it's very interesting. So it says it's so important. This lighting of the Hanukkah lights is so important that you cannot eat fixed meal. Of course, if you need some snack, there is no problem. Drink something, there is no problem. But not intoxicated. Why? Right, and I think not even learn Torah. We'll see. Right, I think like same as Megillah Esther. So you cannot learn Torah. Right, unless somebody is going to remind you, that's a different story, or you're there in a place where they're going to read anyway, so you're not going to miss it. So that's the idea, not to miss it. Right, when the prescribed time comes, the time has arrived. Even the study of the Torah is prohibited until the Hanukkah lights are lit. So it's very, very important. Like it's actually pertains to us tomorrow. Right, tomorrow is very important. Like first we lit Hanukkah lights, and then we can learn. So I have one class usually on Wednesday, right after my Mincha prayer, Mincha Mariv prayer. So we have to remember adjust it to do it a little later, 15 minutes later or so. When right. So again, so you are even prohibited, right? So we're obligated to learn Torah every second of our life, every minute. But when Hanukkah comes, even though it's rabbinic holidays, everybody knows that, right? But you must stop Torah learning. That's how. So this rabbinical overrides the Torah learning, of course, for this 10, 15 minutes, like half an hour, whatever it takes to do this. Okay, continue. When the stars appears, Marif is recited and followed immediately by lighting on Hanukkah lights. I think we're talking about by individual. Appears, Marif is recited. So in Yerushalayim, many follow the custom of the Vilna Gaon. The lights of Hanukkah lit at the sunset prior to Marif. And actually in not only in Yerushalayim, I think in all of the shuls that I went to, so we follow this custom, right? So meaning that Hanukkah is lit between Mincha and Marif in all of the shuls. I mean, it's not like I've been to many shuls, but in all of the shuls that I went to, that's the custom. Maybe like if you leave it after like if you say you want to leave lighting after Marif, maybe some people are going to leave because they need to go home. But now, like everybody, there's nowhere to go. You have to still pray Marif, so everybody's going to stay for sure for candle lighting. Okay, so continue. The lights should be burned for at least half an hour. It should be, but as we said, if only lit and been blown off also counts, right? But preferably half an hour. The longer the better, of course. That's when the lighting should be sufficient oil for them to burn for that amount of time. Those who light at the sunset must place sufficient oil for the light to burn for at least 50 minutes. So meaning, right? So meaning. When they say half an hour, 30 minutes into the night. So like, but if you start like 20 minutes early, so of course you got yourself 50 minutes. But this oil, it burns like so slow. So just a little oil, like half an hour. As I said, our cup full, maybe 8 hours, maybe even, we never did it. We never tried, I think, the full cup. But theoretically, that's how long it's going to take to burn. So meaning like you need just a little for 1 hour. And candles, all the standard candles, I think where we live, the standard is 3 hours. We never buy 3 hours, but the standard 3 hours, which is good quality. But we've always tried like more than 3, like 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours is usually enough for us to finish the meals. Right, so the minute you finish the meals, and there is still some candles are burning. Okay, but it's not. There is like it's preferable. There is no such obligation. Okay, continue. If at the time when the lights were lit, there was insufficient amount of oil, and then for them to burn for requisite period. One has not fulfilled the mitzvah, and one may not add the oil after the lights have been lit, right? So meaning we're not allowed to add oil. Rather, one must extinguish the flame, very important, add oil and relit without the blessing. So blessing is said one time. As we said, it was lit for 1 minute, that's enough. That's enough, right? So it's... This thing, this halacha is a little confusing for some people, but that's what it is. So right. So just there is no problem. Again, we were talking about weekdays. Just extinguish and light again. But sometimes it happened. I think it happened to us maybe last Hanukkah or something, or a few years ago. I don't remember. Like two candles went off on Shabbos. Psh. Right, it's not it's not. I mean, right, we were a little upset, or a lot little upset, because all other days it was absolutely fine, and all other days it just they can come over and they just lit again, and that's it. But on Shabbos, I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure. So sometimes the weeks. I don't know. Continue. Right. So meaning what I'm trying to say, you can always extinguish and relight. The essence of the mitzvah is that act of lighting, right, either lighting, thus there must be sufficient oil at the time of lighting to burn for required time. So required time again 30 minutes. So, but if that's what you have, like a little oil, so you light with a little oil, right? But preferably, as we said, 30 minutes. So if you did not have before, you just bought it, somebody brought to you, whatever happened, so you can use that oil. Just for our information, so some people buy olive oil only from from Judaica store. It's not necessary. So you can we buy a regular olive oil, virgin olive oil. It does not even require kosher stamp. Just so we know. I mean, according to most of the authorities, halakhic authorities, virgin olive oil does not require stamp, right? Kosher stamp. I mean, we buy only with kosher stamp, but just so we know. So even if you buy without, of course, we're not going to eat it. We use it only for lighting of the candles. But theoretically, if a person bought a big jar and said, I want to use it for my salads and frying pancakes and also for menorah, there is no problem. There is no problem. Just stipulate before, and there is no problem. Continue. If one pour more oil than required amount of oil for the lights, he may extinguish them after they are burned for more than half an hour. Half an hour after appearance of the stars. So again, half an hour into the night. So meaning that there is no problem. Some people don't want to to extinguish the candles. So you can do other things to extinguish without touching them, basically. Okay, without blowing off. Right. So that's. Continue. Right, so with wick, you just take tweezers and take the wicks out, and that's it. It's very simple. Okay. Continue. If he wishes to use the excess of oil for lighting on the following evening, he may also extinguish the lights in order to use the remaining oil for some other purposes, provided that he says specifically stipulated that he had the intention to do so before the use of the oil Hanukkah lights. So meaning, as I said, exactly as I said before. So I bought this. You buy this big jar, 3 liters. Right? I think it's they sell it in liters. 3 liters, like the jar, huge one, right? And you say whatever is needed for lights, I'm going to use for lights. Whatever I need for salad, I'm going to use for salad. Whatever for frying, I use for frying. That's it. So even this oil that is left in your cups, right? So you're not obligated to burn it. You can just use for a salad, let's say, if theoretically speaking. Okay. For this reason, no use may be made of oil or wicks remained after last day of Hanukkah, unless one specifically stipulated before lighting and that he intended to use whatever remained from other purposes. So whatever we have, we always stipulate that we're going to use for Shabbos oil. Right, so right. So we just take whatever is left and pour it into Shabbos cups. Okay, purposes, right? But if person did not do any stipulation, that's it. So meaning this oil and wicks acquired special holiness, and you have to burn them. Oil and the wicks that were in the cups, not was the one that is in your jar. Okay. If he made no stipulation, they should be burned. Okay, exactly as we said. Continue. If the Hanukkah lights were accidentally extinguished during the prescribed period, they should be relit without the blessing. So blessing again only one time. If one failed to relight them, he will nevertheless have fulfilled one's mitzvah, exactly as we said, even for 1 minute, right? For as we have seen, the essence of the mitzvah is the act of lighting. So lighting is the essence of the mitzvah, meaning, it's not. Hanukkah is in the winter, so at least where we live, it's very cold. Right, today was snowing, Baruch Hashem. So, right, usually there is no draft or something, right, because all of the doors are closed. But it could be whatever happened that it could be extinguished, no problem. Continue. As long as Hanukkah lights are burning, even the prescribed period has passed, no benefit may be derived from their lights, and they may not be moved from place to place. Right, so meaning we have to have this respect for the mitzvah. So of course, as we said before, you can extinguish, move to another place, and lit somewhere else. If one wants their light to use some other purposes, meaning some other purpose for illumination or decoration, after they have burned for a prescribed period, he should first extinguish them and then relight them only if he made a stipulation as above, right? Meaning stipulation as above, meaning that that is what stipulation is above, meaning that he would be able to use it for some other purposes, not only for a mitzvah. Meaning now that he lights this oil and the wicks for some other purpose, for illumination. Next one, on Friday afternoon. Oh, right, this Friday afternoon, the lighting of the Hanukkah lights precedes the lighting of the Shabbos candles. Right, very important. Shabbos Hanukkah lights precede the Shabbos candles. Okay. One should be careful, right? Because why? It's very simple. Like after you accept the Shabbos, you're not allowed to make fire. Period. Right? That's why we have to make put. If you use candle candles for sure longer, because why say longer? Yeah, I said standard candles 3 hours. Yeah, it's standard Shabbos candle like normal, standard. But some people use the thinner candles color candles, like blue candles, whatever, different color. That's you have to see how long they burn. So sometimes some of them do not burn long enough. On Friday afternoon, the lighting of the candles, of the Hanukkah lights, precede the lighting of the Shabbos candles. Right? One should be careful to use sufficient oil to ensure that they remain lit for at least half an hour after the appearance of the stars. So, okay. So if you if this oil is easier to regulate, so you're the boss. Just put few more drops more, and it's going to be lit longer, much longer. Next one and the last one. We're going to stop here. On Motzei Shabbos, custom differs among the many. Okay. The Hanukkah lights are lit after Havdalah. Others reverse the order. A person should therefore follow the custom of their forefathers. Among the Sephardic communities, Hanukkah lights are lit in a synagogue before Havdalah. And at home, Havdalah is preceded the lighting. Okay, so let's try to explain this because it's very important, and people say there are multiple opinions. I say, okay, so tell me what opinions you know. Yeah, I don't know all of them. Okay, stop it. Okay, so we need to know exactly what to do. So there are two for a man, right? We're talking about men. There are two lighting. One lighting in a synagogue. I mean, usually the person is not responsible, but still. So usually they would light. Hanukkah, right? Before Havdalah. So meaning, what does it mean before Havdalah? Before Havdalah means after the Mariv. So they would still, I think they would pray Mariv and then they light, this Hanukkah. But in a house, they say, Sephardim, Ashkenazim do the same. I mean, at least we do exactly the same. So first we do Havdalah, and then we do Hanukkah light. Why? Because when you have two mitzvahs that fall on the same time, right? So right, it's Havdalah. Of course, it's like after Shabbos you have to light Havdalah on one hand. On another hand, if it's after Shabbos, for sure it's time to light the Hanukkah candles. So it's very, very simple. So I would say, just say, right, what do? You do exactly. You first do what is you most often you do. So the most often the mitzvah you do, it takes precedence. Meaning that you first do Havdalah, and then you light Hanukkah candles. There is no contradiction. Okay, stop here.